ever episode of the Moon Day Oracles. So this is for the week of Monday, March 31st, today, all the way up until April 6th, this Sunday. So, wow, we're already at the end of March. How did that happen? Time is speeding up, I swear. But I'm excited for this week's oracles and to channel the guidance that's coming through that you might need to know this week. For those of you who haven't caught an episode of the Moon Day Oracles yet, it's essentially kind of like a psychic weather report where I just really tune into the energies that are happening, whether those are astrological or otherwise, and sort of report back to you guys in really simple, easy to understand terms, so you can understand how you can best take advantage of the energies that are happening this week in order to live your most expressed, purposeful life. So this week, it took me actually a while to tune in for this week. The last couple of weeks I got really easy messages, but this week I needed to take a little bit more time, so that's interesting within and of itself. As you can hear, just as a side note, I'm just in front of the ocean right now. I'll show it to you actually before I really get into this week so you can share in the bounty of where I am, just right sitting next to the ocean in a little pocket of forest. So sharing that deliciousness with you in the first place. And so this week, my guides and angels were really channeling through that there's some decisions that are coming up this week. Spring is really sort of in full throttle now. So you get what the spring energy means for those in the northern hemisphere. Is it literally like visualize just energy coming up from the ground, coming up from the earth. Everything's waking up, and there's a huge amount of energy that's really just coming up in this way from the ground, under your feet. And even picture that in your body. So this sort of energy coming up in your body. So there are some things this week, maybe there are, frustrations or old anger or even sadness or stuckness that are really going to be just coming up and out. We've already been through winter, we've already been through our intense water year, so it's not like we're going to really be going through it by any means. But it does mean that, how shall I say this? Just sort of those last pieces that are waiting to become up and really spring cleaned are here for us. So if you feel intense emotions this week and this, right after the new moon, right after the start of the astrological new year, being the new moon in Aries on Sunday, if you feel any intense emotions or old stuff that's coming out or new stuff that's coming up, just take note that there's a lot of this upward energy that's really just anything that didn't get really deep cleaned this winter or in the last week is going to be just disintegrated. But it's going to feel, what they're telling me, it's going to feel good. Like, it's going to feel cathartic, it's going to feel great, it's going to feel empowering, it's going to feel inspiring, which is really sort of that Aries energy. We're still, sun sign is still in Aries, and we just had new moon in Aries. So Aries is that fiery sort of warrior, very, very courageous. And will sort of rise to the occasion no matter how Aries feels. Like, it will do, that energy of Aries will have the courage to do what needs to be done because there's this intense motivation. What also might be happening this week is you might be really tuning into worldwide events or getting more involved in what's bigger than you. You might have anger or excitement or whatnot come up about world issues, environmental issues, stuff in your community. That's also very Aries oriented. Aries is a leader and will do what others might not feel capable of doing, because he or she knows that it's right and it's needed and it's just within. So we're all sort of in this Sun and Aries energy. So it's going to affect all of us differently, but for the most part, that's what the Aries energy is all about. And secondly, the decisions that I mentioned at the start of the video. Just tuning in, my guides and angels have said that a lot of us are going to have, since the spring energy is coming up, a lot of things are coming up for us now. There's decisions that need to be made in the heart space this week, whether that's decisions with relationships, whether that's decisions around your career or finances, whether that's decisions around your home, whether you're moving or not, whether you're going to start that blogger business, whether you're going to end that relationship or start that relationship. These decisions, I'm really looking forward to what these decisions are going to be, because this is purely channeled information. So yeah, there's decisions that are going to be coming up this week for us, and the best way to work with those decisions and to move through them is to be in your heart. So be in your heart space. Have some deep heart-based meditations this week, and that's going to really help you move forward on these decisions. If something doesn't feel quite right to you this week, or there's something kind of under your skin, or this thing that's just behind your periphery, or it's just under your subconscious, and you're not sure what you're dealing with or what's affecting you in sort of that way, make sure that you're going in meditation, going into the depths of your heart. And you can do that simply by closing your eyes, starting your breath nice, deeply, and rhythmically, and breathing right into this space, your heart center. Breathing green light into the center, filling it with green light. That's just as a basic heart meditation for those of you not familiar with how to do that. And that will really, just being in the heart space will really help you make those decisions, because when we're making decisions, big decisions, decisions that are even frightening to us in some ways, the best thing that we can do is let go of the logic and trust the heart. Not that the logic isn't great sometimes, absolutely it is, but the heart is that place that we need to go to as well. So those are the messages for this week. It's going to be an exciting week, a fairly big week, a week that we really need to stay present with all of the energy, because a lot of stuff is coming up for us, but it all feels good, inspiring, motivating. We just might need a little more gusto and energy and courage in order to deal with it. And exciting news, I am going to be having very soon here a whole meditation album that's going to be coming out digitally, launching on my website. And the inspiration behind the album it's a nature meditation album. But it's not, hey, let's head out into the forest and listen to some nice bird sounds sort of album. It's really a meditation album that's totally focused on getting you and all of us really, really reconnected to Mother Earth, so we can feel her, so we can get messages from her, opening up our 10th chakra, which is below our feet, so we can really deeply connect with our roots. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm recording it this week, and there's definitely going to be some fairy meditations on there as well, and really playful ones with flowers and crystals. But it's going to be transformative, and I'm super, super excited about it. Especially good for any of you in the city who haven't really gotten your bare feet on the earth recently, and who don't get a chance to engage in really deep nature very often. This is perfect for you, and it will really help you to connect with that innate feminine wisdom, because Mother Earth for females is so important. For males, absolutely too, but especially for females, we're just so linked to the seasons and the cycles and the changes. So many blessings sent your way. I pray that you have the best week ever. Remember, if you're having a hard time making some of these decisions, heart-based meditations, remember also, if you're going through intense emotions, just let them go through you, allow them, breathe, and have fun with this sort of fiery, courageous energy that's moving through us. So many blessings, and I'll see you next Monday, and on the blog, and on the Facebook page, etc., etc. So many blessings, and from the ocean, I'll let the ocean say goodbye to you. Ciao for now, loved ones.